Hello there, and welcome to Ilum Radio, episode 41. Like, we're almost at the halfway point to 50 episodes. Ooh. I think we're gonna hit 50, like, in the middle of Ahsoka. But anywho, yep, tonight's a pretty cool night. As of this recording, the date is April 24th, and Millie starting off with some pretty awesome Star Wars news. What do you got for us, Millie?
So Carrie Fisher is going to be honored with a posthumous star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, finally. After so many years of being in the industry, and especially after her passing, I'm surprised she hasn't gotten it like even a year after her passing, but it's better late than never, right?
Yeah.
So, and we have details. So Billy Lord will be accepting the star on behalf of Carrie Fisher. It will be on May the 4th at 11:30 Pacific, 2:30 Eastern.
Man, I hope they televise it in some way, shape, or form.
You know what? I have the answer for you. They're actually going to be live streaming it on walkoffame.com.
No way.
Yep.
Ooh.
We will post a link to that in the chat when we upload this to YouTube.
Absolutely.
Or in the description for you guys to check out the information on there, as well as, I guess, a link or like a link to the live stream. Does May the 4th, it falls on a
Thursday.
Does it fall on a Wednesday? Okay, it doesn't fall on a...
I wish it fell on a Wednesday, but nope, because, we're kind of... So, Millie brought up something today, like not too long ago, like 10 seconds before we started. She's like, oh, it's great. I have tomorrow off. I mean, I have Wednesday off, but there's nothing to watch on Wednesday anymore. So,
no.
It would have been nice if we had this to watch next Wednesday, but, fate's not on our side for this. But you know what? Good for Carrie Fisher, though. I mean, it's about time she got her a star on there.
And it's even better that Billy Lord is accepting it on her behalf.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like,
who else?
Other than maybe Mark Hamill, there's really no one else that could have accepted it that was better, honestly.
Yeah, it says currently it says guest speak, on the right next to the guest speakers, it says speakers TBA. So and then Billy Lord is one of them.
Okay.
So if I had to guess, like, my predictions for who's going to guest speak, it's definitely going to be Mark Hamill. Definitely Harrison Ford. Probably her brother. Or her brother Todd. That's about... And maybe Billy D?
I would even say
maybe?
George Lucas also.
George Lucas, sure.
Because that would make the most sense.
It's going to be a stretch, but also, like, maybe, like... what's his name? He plays Ray in Ghostbusters. She showed up as a cameo in, like, the Blues Brothers movie.
Oh, Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd, maybe.
Maybe. I mean,
maybe
it'll probably mostly, obviously, it's gonna be mostly like the Star Wars fam that'll show up, I would assume. I think definitely George Lucas is gonna be there because she was a big part of like him and vice versa.
And I think also, like, I feel like J.J. Abrams also has to be there, and Rian Johnson maybe, because they were both, like, directors of both TFA and Last Jedi.
I could see that, and Rian Johnson really, really got close to her, like during the filming of the Last Jedi. So I could see that. Yeah. Needless to say,
also,
people watch it with tissues and just in case, because it is going to be kind of sad.
Maybe also the sequel trio.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I can see Daisy really making an appearance, like, because I think she kind of.
I can see Oscar Isaac, like, being there.
Yeah, because I think he got close with her also.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think one of the best stories. I think they're on the Graham Norton show, and they're all sitting around like the new cast and the old cast, and she's talking about how she discovered that there were like waifu pillows being sold of Hut Slayer Leia like outfit. And she's like, so all these nerds are pretty much, doing things like to this waifu pillow of me. And she looks at Daisy Ridley and she goes, just so you know, you have that to look forward to. And Daisy was like, thanks, awesome, cool. And just nerds be nerdin'. So tonight, obviously, again, we'll post that link in the description. We'll talk and we'll have it for you there, so we all can watch it together and cry together on May the 4th. But tonight, we're talking about probably the most Star Wars-y of Star Wars season finales that we've gotten so far for Mandalorian Chapter 24, The Return. And first off, we were all wrong. There were no other spies.
Yeah. It was Hux, guys. It was
Hux. I am the spy. What? Yeah, no.
You.
No other spies, at all. So we were all wrong. We all turned our, not all of us.
I was so convinced it was Axe.
Everyone thought it was Axe. I think...
But then when he, started to sacrifice, he almost sacrificed himself, Holdo, just like Holdo. It came to me that, maybe he isn't, it's actually the armor, and I was going to be disappointed. But then the armor wasn't the spy. I was like, I guess we're never going to find out. But I guess it's a reference that, the name spies is a reference to, Jewish history. So,
just goes to show that we are idiots when it comes to history.
So, yeah.
I will say this though, I don't know about you, but for me, it added a lot more drama or tension thinking there's going to be a spy. Oh my god, when's it going to happen? So when's the other shoe's going to drop? Okay, Axe is in the ship, he's in the Star Destroyer, and he's going to start firing on, the other Mandalorians. Or, freaking, the armor, she's, flying next to Bo-Katan, and all of a sudden she just, duffs her in the face and takes the Darksaber. For me, it added a lot more, stuff's happening, but it never did, which is still cool. I really did like that, and we all kind of fooled ourselves, and, there was, a tweet someone posted of y'all turned your back on Axe Wolves, and in the end he ended up saving the entire Mandalorians by crashing it. He brought the party down, just Star Destroyer into the crevasse. But yeah, let's talk about this episode. Favorite scene off the bat, what do you got?
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. You go first. I'll think about it.
Definitely it would be Grogu saving Din from the other Mandalorian troopers. Just running in, no, and then just spraying him in the face with the mist. I thought that was a nice little scene. He saved his dad. And
honestly, my favorite part, one of my favorite parts, where it was Din escaping from the hands of Imperial Mandos.
Yeah, that was a pretty badass scene.
It was badass. It's a video game. Him trying to actually escape, felt like a video game.
This, ever since season 2, every episode feels like a video game. Side missions and side quests before getting to the main mission or the main story. And yeah, even because I was thinking about it also when I was rewatching it today. Even when he meets Moff Gideon at the end and the freaking door opens up, it's like a boss fight. Like, just like a boss fight.
Exactly.
You destroyed my clones. They were almost perfect. And he has this little, like, monologue like a villain would in a video game. It was so awesome. It's like, it's a game. Awesome. This is so cool. I love the Armorer and Bo-Katan flying next to each other, like, ready to go into, like, leading the charge into, like, the other, like, other dudes.
With the freaking Darksaber too.
Yes, that was dope.
Like,
And like, again, the Armorer, no blaster, just flying in there with her, like, her forging tools and just, like, clocking people in the face. That was pretty baller. To say the least, pretty baller. Anything happened that, other than no spies,
okay.
anything happened in there that was a little unexpected for you? You were like, ooh, I called that. I figured that was a thing.
I mean, all of the clones are literally Moff Gideon.
I did not.
I kind of suspected that.
I just did not.
So,
I knew. Okay.
like, literally, I mean, come on.
I
Like
knew
he
there'd
said
be clones.
Previous episode.
I know, but like,
they're all clones of me.
I knew there'd be clones. But I didn't expect it to be clones of him. Like, well, in the previous episode, he said he perfected the Dark Trooper armor. I have me in it, saying I thought he was trying to be like.
Yeah, that's what I literally thought. Oh, he has me in it, meaning he has clones of himself. Like that's.
I thought it. I
Makes
took it
sense
as
to me.
him being gregarious, like, oh, I'm like the top dog. Now
Oh.
I'm wearing Dark Trooper armor. That's how I took it. So I obviously
Which.
took it way wrong.
Yeah.
Took it
And,
way
like,
wrong.
Speaking of like Gideon clones, like when Grogu went up to one of them, like he literally like, because if you remember, also last episode he said, "Oh, all his clones are like force sensitive." Like, probably sensed that Grogu was near. And
Oh, maybe.
probably woke up. That's probably why he startled Grogu there before Din destroyed everything.
I noticed, and like Jen pointed also, that Gideon's like Mandalorian armor was very, especially the voice box, is very, very Vader-like. Actually, closer to almost like Kylo.
I was gonna say, it was when I first heard it, I was like, "Ooh, that sounds like Kylo's voice box a little
Right?
bit." Like,
Right?
it doesn't sound like Vader to me because of the no breathing.
Fair. True. But yeah, like
So-
very, very like just a deep Kylo. Like, I can't do Kylo's
Which
voice,
makes
but
sense. This is kind of directly pre-First Order, so it's like, oh, technology's already there.
which definitely, and it's, I feel almost like there's a part of me that feels sad that we do have, not sad, but like conflicted that we have the sequel trilogy this is leading up to. Not because I dislike the sequel trilogy, but because we saw like little bits of things in the sequel trilogy we really didn't get to explore that hopefully we'll explore in the Mandoverse. And one of that is how the First Order / Snoke basically worship Vader as a god. They didn't care about the Emperor. They worshipped Vader. Like, he is the Almighty, you know? And it'd be cool to see like this new religion build from like here of like different Imperials, or just different people trying to impersonate Vader. Because let's face it, maybe only a handful of people have ever seen Vader during the entire Imperial occupation and survived. So he's like a myth, a mystery. Like,
Thrawn.
yeah. So like
Maybe that's Thrawn's like whole thing.
maybe.
Because
So
he did know Vader
that's true.
personally.
That's true. So I don't know, like
He's still alive at this point in time.
Thrawn. Oh yeah, definitely. No Schwarn. We didn't get like any preview to like Ahsoka or anything.
Nope.
That shocked me the
Gotta wait
most.
till August.
Yeah.
Gotta wait till August apparently. So.
Like even my
Get another
dumbass even
trailer
waited till like the
beforehand.
after credits. Like, you know, when they're showing like the credits for like
Yeah,
the
I mean, yeah, I was kind of expecting that, but then again, we still have a few months to go, so probably
true.
gonna drop it. Maybe May the 4th. That's my next prediction.
Maybe.
Maybe. That's a bit of a stretch, but still a few months away, so.
But yeah, like no Ahsoka thing, and surprisingly no Boba. I mean, story-wise, it didn't make sense, but no Boba Fett showing up randomly.
No, Boba doesn't make sense right now. He'll probably show up in like the Filoni-verse movie.
Probably, yeah. I am Boba Fett.
That's my next guess.
Did you know?
I don't know how he would be involved. Yes, sorry.
Did you know that Mando armor could? Well, maybe I'm wrong, but Mando armor could survive like the vacuum of space, kind of, sorta.
Yes.
I never knew that was a thing. I'm being dead serious. I did not know like
Really?
the Mandos could survive in space in their armor. I mean, yeah, they're flying like, close enough orbit to like the surface, but still.
I mean, they found Carson Teva found freaking Beskar in the destroyed
True.
ship, so.
True. That was like our first little clue.
I'm surprised we didn't get more of Carson Teva after maybe.
Oh yeah, we only got like maybe
like him and
10 minutes at the most worth of him in the entire season.
I was kind of expecting Mando to be like, hey, so turned out it was Gideon's troops and informed the New Republic. So hopefully we'll see more of him in the Ahsoka series.
I think we're also going to see Din in a lot of different stuff too, because I know we're jumping around a lot.
True, he does live on Navarro now.
He does. And for those of you watching at home, I know we're jumping around a lot, but it's like a lot of cool shit happened this episode. But so he told him like, "Hey, I'm going to work for the New Republic on a case-by-case basis, right?"
Yes.
And what was it? Rangers of the New Republic, or what was it called? The other show that's supposed to come out that has like the New Republic stuff in it. Oh fudge! What was it called? Hang on.
It's not Skeleton Crew.
Not Skeleton Crew. It was another show that they. Were talking about.
Well, Rogue Squadron's the movie, but that's like
kind of kibosh. Yeah, Rangers of the New Republic, which was announced at Celebration last year.
But now they've postponed it?
I think so, yeah.
Or they delayed it indefinitely?
In May 2021, Variety claimed that the series was currently not in active development. That was confirmed in November 2021 as Kennedy said to Empire. So... But if they go along with it, we're going to see Mando in that, because he is working with them, kinda, sorta.
Well, yeah, we could. I mean, if the Ghost Crew needs help, and they're part of the New Republic in the Ahsoka show, like, they could ask Mando for help. Help with Thrawn or whatever, because he's not dealing with Gideon anymore, so... And this is kind of directly involved with Gideon, kind of, since Shadow Council.
Do you think that was actually Gideon that got taken out at the end of the episode?
People were theorizing that was his clone because apparently, he freaking crushed the Darksaber. And I don't remember Gideon being that strong. Now, it could be his armor, but then again, I don't remember Gideon being that strong.
I think it was his armor just because it sounded like it was augmented. However, that is very, very strong to crush the Darksaber and I think break Bo-Katan's hand. So, I think it was a clone. I mean, and
also Mustache Gate, because in the character poster, Gideon has a mustache, but in the show, he doesn't have the mustache. Neither do his clones.
Interest. Oh my God, you're right.
Seriously, look up his character poster. He has the mustache, and then him in the show and his clones, no mustache. Mustache gate. That's basically what brought up the whole, the Moff Gideon we saw here was actually one of his clones.
No shit.
Yep.
Hang on, let me get full screen on this and I'll... No. Open image. Come on. Open image. Open image. There we go. Yeah, there he is.
There's the mustache.
And the other ones
If you want to do a side-by-side with the show, I mean, like, directly, then...
Let me pull that up real quick.
Just to prove a point with the visual people. Visual viewers.
I picked the wrong episode not to pull graphics. You're right, because this whole episode, this whole season, he had no mustache whatsoever.
Correct. Mm-hmm. I was like, huh. Weird that Giancarlo shaved just for this season. And then character poster had mustache.
Yeah, there's no mustache and almost shorter looking hair, too. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one. Hopefully I can do this without fucking it up. Haha. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there
we
like
go.
mustache, no mustache. And this one
Also, wait, that's his season 1 look, too.
The one that's right on screen right now?
That's a different outfit. No, and on the character poster. That looks like that's a different outfit, I think, right?
That's what he was wearing. No, it is season 1 because he has the Darksaber.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at the hand.
Did they fuck up somewhere? Hang on. Let me pull up Instagram really quick.
This is super weird.
I think they messed up. And use like stock image.
Discover maybe that's probably maybe like added the new costume in.
Oh, R4, the hero.
Oh yeah, R4 was.
So I thought for a little bit R4 was gonna die.
Same.
And I was gonna make me sad. And not even the mouse droids. Like I just thought like something was gonna come around the corner and just take him out. And it's like no.
I mean, yeah, I thought the Praetorian Guards were gonna take him out. Like.
Mm-hmm. All right, I don't see. We got the Praetorian Guards. We got them. All right, let me just go on the Star Wars Insta real quick. Star Wars. All right, I see it. Come on. I mean, there's plenty up there for, what's it called? Yeah, even in this Instagram post, it's the same photo and he's holding a Darksaber. I think they reused stock photos.
Why would they do that, though?
Going too quick? I don't know. Let's not get caught in like theories because we do that way too much on this show. Way too much. I want to say it's just...
Okay, but what if somehow Gideon returns?
And...
In season 3, if there is a season.
You mean season 4?
Yeah, season 4, whatever, next season.
Yeah, I think, well, okay, so I'm going to go with that was a clone that got killed just because. Because the clone did look a little younger than what Moff Gideon usually looks. And no mustache. Yes. So I'm going to go with that, excuse me. And I'm going to assume they used a stock photo for his character picture, but at the same time, maybe he is alive, and when the clone died, real Moff Gideon like snuck onto like the platform and took the Darksaber and fixed it on his own. Like I don't know, like it might be a stretch, a long stretch, a reach, but I'm willing to go with that possibly. But yeah, we saw the Darksaber get destroyed, which we've had in like canon for the past like 10 years, which kind of sucks a lot. Do you think Grogu Din Grogu might reforge the Darksaber?
I mean, we don't know if it survived the freaking fiery explosion.
That's true. That's true.
You remember?
That's true.
They probably abandoned it. So, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. I mean, okay. This is also a little bit of a stretch here, but like Galaxy's Edge that takes place between like The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker several years after Mando season 3 takes place. Like they sell the Darksaber at Doc-Ondars, so
and it's still alive.
And Din is walking around on Batu, but that's a different timeline, so
Right.
I guess that doesn't matter.
I mean, story-wise, I can kind of see why they got rid of the Darksaber, just because that way, the Mandos don't keep on having infight and fighting each other for like ruler of Mandalore. So part of me gets that, I guess. I have a feeling it's going to be a point of contention in the next season because, Bo-Katan technically lost and had the saber taken from her. Technically. They still defeated Moff Gideon.
Times.
Yeah. They still defeated Moff Gideon, they're all three of them. So, and Grogu did the Force Shield. Rip Kanan, rest in peace. Like.
Oh my God, yes. Oh, jeez. Ugh.
I know you were screaming when he did it.
It was like, oh yes. I'm surprised he didn't pass out in the moment like he did before.
He almost did. He just like fell down. He was like, whew. So he almost kind of did. I know we're jumping around a lot, but like the mythosaur in the water. Do you think he was communicating with it? Because it looked like he kind of felt it.
I think he woke him up.
You think? He probably felt him the last time they were in there. Yeah, so no spies. We said that already.
Ragnar finally initiated.
Yeah.
Kind of the living waters of on Mandalore, which is very fitting.
So Din's.
I'm surprised Din didn't adopt Ragnar also.
Probably because Grogu spent more time with him at this point. That's probably why he didn't adopt him.
I hope someone adopts him at this point because he deserves someone.
He's a Vizsla. Someone will adopt that family line, I'm sure. Probably Bo-Katan.
I was gonna say maybe Bo or the Armorer.
Yeah, someone's gonna adopt him. So okay. So Grogu's new name is now Din Grogu, which is kind of cool.
Yes.
That sounds really dope.
Brings up an interesting point because
go for it.
Like it's very interesting he didn't take on the name Grogu Jaren.
Right.
Instead Din Grogu. Which begs the question, is Jaren actually his first name? Like, I know in some cultures, like, the family name is how you, like, the last name is
first.
Usually first, and then the first name is last, like. But it was very interesting to actually hear. I wonder if it's now confirmed that Jaren is actually his name and Din is like a, I guess like a, not a family name, but like a, maybe Din was the name of someone who Or maybe Din was the name of the Mando who, like, took him in.
That's what I'm thinking.
Child. Because we never knew who that Mando was that took him.
Oh, I am convinced. At this point, I'm going with the armor.
So,
The armor must have took him in, I think. Like, maybe.
no, I mean the Mando who rescued him, I mean, in the flashback. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you think that's his
maybe
master?
His name is Din.
Maybe, yeah.
Yes, maybe.
I mean, the armor's name could be Din also. I'm running with that. I know it's wrong, but... well, because, like, also...
We still don't know the armor's name, though, so that could be...
We're forgetting
possible.
a really, really big factor with Star Wars is... what we think is a first name or even a last name is usually a title. Like, Darth Vader, Darth Sidious, Darth Tyrannus.
Din could be a title?
Think about it. Kylo Ren. We thought Ren was going to be the last name, but no, he's captain of the Knights of Ren. He is Kylo Ren. So maybe it's something similar with the Mandalorians. Din is a title for like a foundling that got adopted into the Watch.
Like, but then like the Vizslas and the Freezes, you know?
Because they're already like they're already like pure-blooded Mandalorians basically.
Yeah.
Din is a foundling, and then he became an apprentice and he became a Mandalorian. He started walking the way. So Din is probably a title for someone who is a foundling. Maybe, I'm not sure. Like, because the Vizslas go back to like the founding of Mandalore, practically. So do the Kreese.
That is true, because if you think about it, Ragnar was never referred as Ragnar Vizsla.
Nope.
Just Ragnar.
And we're assuming his last name is Vizsla. Ragnar's last name is Vizsla. We're assuming that they're going to call him like Vizsla. So his actual name could even be Paz Ragnar, possibly. Whether they'll probably call him that. Who knows? Maybe. I don't know. Like, and obviously there's still a lot to digest and unpack. It's like,
no wonder we didn't get a Mando visual dictionary yet. Maybe they want to reveal the actual first name in the visual dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how they usually reveal first names.
They're gonna wait until the Filoni Endgame comes out.
Oh my god!
Before they reveal that visual dictionary. You know damn well that's what they're gonna do. Like, I can see it. I have foreseen it. Like, that's what they're gonna wait till that's out, and then we're gonna get a visual dictionary. It's gonna be like that thick, like a Bible of like all the stuff that happened in this. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
We'll finally get a name for the armorer.
I know, right? I wouldn't be surprised if she was like his original, his master. Like, maybe someone else saved him, and she just was the one who taught him, became his master. I don't know. Maybe, like... So, yeah, I don't know. But it is cool. Like, and that name does sound cool. Din Grogu. Technically he is Sir Din Grogu, because he was knighted.
I was gonna say he was knighted in 2 episodes ago.
Yep, Sir Din Grogu. I got so something my wife pointed out, and I have to agree really hard with it. She's like, this season ended way too happy for it not to get really, really bad next season.
I know. Somehow Gideon has returned. Come on, guys. Come on.
I am spy.
What? Literally the next season.
Mm-hmm.
Calling it right now.
Because like season 1 ended really rough with like IG-11 dying.
I mean, if you think about it, season 2 kind of ended on a mixed note. Like, it was sad, but at the same time, it was nice seeing that Grogu has reunited with the Jedi. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it still sucked because we got to see he had to leave like Din behind, or they had to leave each other. And this ended really. I mean, it literally ended like if they never produce another season, all loose ends are tied. Moff Gideon is allegedly gone. Din Djarin officially adopted Grogu, and they have a house or a cabin on Navarro, and they can chill there whenever. It even ended like a storybook, like Din just chilling back with like his like feet up on the logs.
It ended like a Looney Tune cartoon.
Yeah, like.
I mean, they kind of also did that in the prequels too, like with the transitions.
True.
But not like ending like that. I've
Yeah.
never seen a Star Wars thing end like that before. It was really odd.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, it kind of transitioned to like, I guess in the originals they kind of did that, right before the credits.
Yeah, they would do like a wipe or something before the credits. Yeah, that's true. I just don't remember what kind of, or maybe it was a circular wipe, just then credits. I don't know. You're right. They used to do like a thing.
It was a circular. Definitely not a blackout. That's for sure.
Do you think? Because again, we have no idea what next season holds now, because all the stuff has been taken care of.
I think we might get maybe like an idea in either Ahsoka, most likely Ahsoka, or Skeleton Crew, because those two shows are now coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so
I find it
only source of Mando information is now through the Ahsoka series.
Yeah.
Because Celebration is not until 2025, so
and
the next one is until then, so we won't get any major info on that.
And I think I read that
until then,
the next season of Mando doesn't start filming until I think
Later.
October of this year or October of 2024, one of the two.
Yeah, so definitely if my theory about maybe like an idea of season 4 of Mando, like we will see in Ahsoka, I think that will be true, because as soon as that ends, then that will start filming. So
True that.
because like Ahsoka's coming out in August, and we don't know how many episodes, and if it ends around like maybe October, makes perfect sense.
True. Yeah.
Like it lasted what, 3 months this season, so makes sense. Actually, it did last 3 months because it started in January, right?
It did, right in the middle of The Last of Us. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. March 1st, I think, is when it started. Yeah, March 1st it started.
Yeah, 2 to 3 months, give or take.
What I mean, I know this is kind of on top subject, but not really. But what do you think Grogu's helmet's gonna look like? Like, are the
Like
ears gonna be exposed, or is this be?
I want it to be a mythosaur type.
Oh, that would be cool.
Because he did kind of
Sense it
and connected with it, and the mythosaur clan, and also the mythosaur like necklace he had.
He had a mythosaur necklace?
In official merch, he has it.
Oh, that's true. That's right. You're right. That's right. In official merch. That's right.
So, like, I want the mythosaur to be implemented on his helmet design somehow.
That would be
like,
cool.
With the horns and everything.
Din Grogu, I am. Because I saw people sketching out what it could look like, and some of them were pretty funny. One looked really cool, just like the mask and like his ears coming out. It did look kind of dope. But one looked very just really huge and big, so it covers his ears, and you cannot, it's too big for his body. But allegedly, like, there is a version of the Mandalorian helmet or mask that exists for species that have like Laku or Montrails or whatnot that just covers their face, but the rest of their stuff is like exposed.
Oh, that's true, because I think some of the younglings had only the front. Weird. That could, that makes sense.
I find it interesting that I don't know why that but Grogu got sad when he thought for a second he couldn't be a Mandalorian. Like, I would think, you know, he wouldn't want to do this because he didn't want to be a Jedi, but, like, he legitimately got sad. He had this frowning face. He was like, oh, man, I can't be a Mandalorian. This sucks.
Well, probably because if he thinks about his Jedi past, he gets PTSD like we saw.
True. I mean, to be fair, he's been seeing some terrible shit since he's joined in, so, I mean, I don't know how much worse they can get. Like, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Whoops. But yeah, we got no spies. It looks like the great what's it called? Not the armory, the great where they build all the armor. Fudge when they relit the fires. Fuck. What's it called? Not kiln. The great
Forge.
Forge. That's it. Yes, thank you. The great forge. So that was very. It's interesting to see how like Axe Wolves did like a 180 because before he didn't want to fight alongside Bo-Katan, right? And then he didn't want to fight along these other Mandalorians. And then this episode, last episode, he goes to find help, backup when he escapes, which we all thought he was a spy. And then he almost sacrifices himself to save everybody. And then at the end of this episode, for Mandalore, and it was like very just odd one. I don't know. I just found it kind of odd. Like I still in the back of my head think he's a spy or a bad guy.
Oh my god.
He probably isn't, but
no, definitely not. Gotta change the heart.
I mean, he could be. You never know. Just saying, never know.
Too late now. Moff Gideon's dead, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. It would have been revealed already if he was, but nope.
And it's like another reason why I just wished that. And I know we've talked about this before about where Supreme Leader Snoke is and all this stuff and what he's doing running around, that he's already born. Like, I know we talked about it before, but it would have been so great if like one of Moff Gideon's Force-sensitive clones became Snoke, and that's why he loved.
That theory does not.
It does. I know it doesn't. But I just wish that was where it was going. Kind of like how I wish that Captain Phasma was a Mandalorian, and how dope it would have looked her being in Mandalorian armor, like with the First Order, like that. Like just little things I wish that were planned way further ahead. But you know what? It be what it be. The original Star Wars wasn't planned far ahead, so things were made up as it went along.
I mean, like, they legit brought up Clone Wars in Episode 4 way before that was even a thing.
Yeah. Yes. Like
never brought up again until years later.
Nope. It just sounded cool. No one knew what it was. Or one of my favorites. One of my favorites. Yoda wasn't even a thing until The Empire Strikes Back.
Yes.
Like, yeah, he didn't even have him written or nothing. He's like, well, I wanted Obi-Wan to like last the entire. Like Obi-Wan was supposed to survive up until I guess Episode 6.
Yeah.
But he was like, no. Alec Guinness brought something cool to Obi-Wan that I just can't have him sitting around doing nothing when they're attacking the Death Star. So he needs to die. Well, shit. Who's gonna train Luke now in part 2? And Empire Strikes Back. Oh, I'll make like a random teacher that taught Obi-Wan. Yeah. So even back in those days, it was kind of being made up as it went along. It's the whole point of my rant.
And like the thing, like Yoda brings up, oh, last the Jedi you will be, but and now we know that there's way more Jedi out there that secretly survived Order 66 and we're still alive by the time.
Jedi or Force-sensitive people?
Both.
Because technically, Ahsoka isn't a Jedi.
Cal Kestis, Kanan Jarrus.
But wasn't Kanan Jarrus already dead by the time like Return of the Jedi happens? Because I think Kanan Jarrus passes away before A New Hope.
Oh no, you're right. So it's Cal Kestis.
And we don't know
I'm counting Ahsoka.
We don't know if Cal Kestis makes it. Remember, his all of Cal Kestis' story takes place before A New Hope.
I think I meant to say Ezra.
Ezra, oh yeah.
Ezra and Ahsoka. And
Luke. Maybe Quinlan Voss if he's alive. Maybe. I don't think there's anyone else.
No, just Ezra and Ahsoka.
So, and then technically speaking, they're not Jedi. So, because even like Ahsoka says it in the season 2 of Mandalorian, she's not a Jedi. So, like, he's not wrong when he says to Luke, "The last of the Jedi you will be."
And I mean, I guess Ezra was never really officially trained.
Mm-mm. And for all we know, he could be a bad guy in Ahsoka. We know he's going to show up.
Oh geez, I've seen those theories that he was the dude with the Inquisitor guy with the double-bladed.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, I'm just saying, Yoda wasn't wrong from a certain point of view. So. Mm-hmm. And we all know Star Wars is nothing but a certain point of view. Any other favorite scenes from this episode?
Honestly, that ending, like with him and Grogu on the porch and him playing with frogs, like full circle, like reminded me of, like, brought us back to Book of Boba Fett for a second when he was playing with the frogs.
Yeah. IG-11's back. That's dope.
Yeah, he's Marshall now.
And allegedly, someone pointed out on Reddit that there's parts of R4 on IG-11.
Really?
Let me see if I can pull it up without destroying it.
I'm not a droid expert, so...
Neither am I, but the colors are kind of telling a little bit.
I hope the droid builders that are listening can confirm this finding, because I know nothing. So
let me pull it up.
We need to pull up that in R5 because I just need to see the parts.
Sure thing. All right. I need a good photo of.
It also just reminded me that Cobb Vanth is still not back to tank, while IG-11 is being a marshal.
Listen, man, Cobb Vanth is never coming back. Like, let's just.
Oh, you're gonna make Jamie not happy about that.
I know. That's her boy. Okay, let me rephrase. He's not coming back healthy. He's not coming back as his former self. He's coming back, I am sure. But
RoboCop.
Just RoboCop. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yes, IG-11. Yes.
All right.
No more IG-12. I don't think we brought up IG-12's demise.
Yeah, he did kind of bite it. But okay,
yeah.
so...
That was a plot twist I was not expecting to see.
Right.
IG-11 as a marshal.
Right. And I am here for your service. Okay, hey, let me pull this back up. Okay. So we have the new and improved IG-11, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you see his chest and like his arms kind of like the red color. And then if we look at R4, very similar color scheme. So there's
I think it's just a paint job. I don't think it's his actual part.
So do I. I think that's...
I need a close-up of the chest, because I can only see that it's repainted.
So that's his chest.
Yep.
And I honestly want to say it is probably a paint job, but that's a very...
That's so specific.
Yes.
But then again, it's reminiscent of like the Marshall like belt buckle.
That too. So
Those are different. Those are differently shaped. That's
they are. They
they're
definitely
not the
are.
same.
But it's just very just oddly specific.
Don't think it's the same. I think that's just a different paint job, in my opinion. Because if you look at I don't know if you can go down, but the belt buckle is literally like those colors. So there was a shot where he had the belt buckle,
Oh,
like
okay.
Cobb did.
Let me see if I can find it. Hang on.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's like just the Marshall colors, you know. That's just a coincidence.
I agree, but I did just
That
want
would
to.
have been funny if R5 was a Marshall. Then it would have made more sense. Imagine. Become a nervous wreck droid to a Marshall.
Oh, you're right. It is the colors. Yeah, you're right. Hang on. Give me 2 seconds to bring it up.
Yeah, exactly. See, I'm right. I'm right.
As per usual.
Yep. See, look at the belt.
Yep. There it is. Yeah. So it's just matching the colors.
There you have it.
All right. Never mind. Theory debunked.
Reddit theory debunked. Yes. This is why I don't look at Reddit for theories unless it's a really good theory. But
sometimes they got some good ones. Like when they come up, I'm like, wait a second.
no, yeah, that's why I brought it up. Like,
any closing thoughts in this episode? Other than we'll talk about IG-12 biting it, but any closing thoughts on this?
So many more Mandos in that last shot. My goodness.
Yeah, we had a lot of Mandos show up.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, a lot.
Yeah. Wonder where all this will lead into.
Hopefully, I mean,
I think Thrawn is gonna take over the Empire side of things, or if he's gonna be like the new public-facing.
Do you think? I mean, we probably won't see it in Ahsoka.
And I think Hux will continue Gideon's clone research.
Hux will continue huxing.
Which will make sense because then it will all lead into Snoke in the
and the Emperor
/ Rey's dad down the line and the Emperor down the line. And Force sensitive clones. Keep in mind. So I already have the information.
So we did kind of gloss over it a little bit, but IG-12 getting basically destroyed by their Praetorian guards, and I gotta say, good on Grogu for one, like saving his dad again from the Praetorian guards. Two, having the Praetorian guards chase him into a room, and three, helping Din Djarin fight the Praetorian guards using what little force powers he had, like teaming up. And I caught it watching the second time around, like earlier, when the three of them, him, Grogu, and Bo-Katan are fighting Moff Gideon. Grogu actually does like a power slide on his knees on the ground, and he force pushes Moff Gideon's like spear or like a staff.
Oh wow!
Because little Grogu's doing his run. And, like, Moff Gideon fires at Bo-Katan, and it hits her shield and bounces off. And Grogu, like the shot is going towards Grogu. Grogu, like, power slides underneath the shot. And then just, like, skims under it and just goes, and, like, fires back his force push on, like, the staff. I'm like, look at this little brave dude. Like, he's doing things. He's doing things. He's trying to be the best Grogu he can. He's doing his best. But, yeah, IG-12 bit it, and then we got IG-11 back, which is awesome, so that means more Taika Waititi next season.
Yes.
And I'm like here for it, obviously.
Yes.
Hopefully we get another episode directed by him, so that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I'm trying to think if we like missed anything. Hang on, let me pull up Wikipedia.
I don't think so. Yeah, you can look at that while
Mandalore Reborn, Fighting Back, Counterattack, Allied New Republic. Yeah, because this whole episode was just Din Djarin got his own hallway scene. We forgot about that. When he fought like the other troopers when the things are opened up, that was pretty baller. Doing some like John Wick stuff.
Reminiscent of Vader and Luke and
yes, everybody. Yeah, I think we covered everything pretty much. And again, and on a happy high note. With that said, friends, all in all, what do you think? What did you think of the season?
oh my god. Yeah, this is all gonna lead into Ahsoka somehow, so I'm looking forward to Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a tease of Purgles and Thrawn.
Same. Purgles. I actually forgot about the Purgles. Stupid space whales.
Episode 1.
I know. I forgot about them. I'm like, oh yeah, they were there. On that note, friends, that's it for this episode of Ilum Radio. This episode 41. If you made it this far with us, thanks for hanging out and talking some Mandalorian with us. If you guys want to find us on the socials, please look for us on Twitter at Ilum Radio. You can find us on Instagram at Ilum Radio. You can also find us on TikTok for now at Ilum Radio. And if there's a certain Star Wars subject you want us to talk about, please send us an email to ilumradiopodcast@gmail.com. Obviously, interact, like, subscribe, share, drop an emoji in the bottom. Do all the things so we know you're watching, and interact and help us out. And let us know what your favorite scene in this episode was of Mandalorian. If you guys want, or even like your favorite part in the entire season. But if you guys want to find us on the socials, Millie, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at me_Halpern and Instagram at Millie_Halpern.
If you guys want to find me, you can find me on Twitter at TheBeardedMenace, where I'm just posting stuff and maybe misspelling things. You can also find me on Instagram at Dave the Bearded Menace. You can also find me on TikTok at Dave the Bearded Menace. And you can find me live streaming every Tuesday and Thursday on twitch.tv/Dave Bearded Menace at 9 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes a wild Millie will appear, sometimes not, depending on the night, depending on how she feels. And she usually almost always derails chat with her Star Wars bomb dropping. Anywho, friends, that is it for us. As always, be easy, stay frosty, and may the Force be with you. Peace, guys.